Ukraine suffers from lack of defense, as Russia penetrates another 4 kilometers deep in the Lipsy axis. It's day 814 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Starting from the Volchansk city, Russian forces are about to capture the entire northern side of the river. In a previous report I mentioned, 2 Russian groups are moving south and east, while the other group, which entered the outskirts from the east, is advancing west to put maximum pressure on Ukrainian forces. I also said Ukrainian forces are planning to withdraw their units from the northern side and are currently mining the houses to slow the Russian forces down. Many sources predicted withdrawal could take 2 more days, as more and more reinforcements are coming to the city. However, it happened much sooner. Latest report says Russian forces, after attacking the center from multiple directions, were able to push Ukrainian forces to the few houses near the bridge and took this entire area under their control. In addition, they were also able to capture this area. This was visually confirmed as Russian infantry was spotted at the hospital. Now, as you can see, most of the northern side has fallen. Only a small section remains. It is expected Ukrainian units might completely withdraw in the coming hours. Now, many Russian sources claim Ukraine is preparing to hold the southern side for a very long time, as they were seen preparing the defense in the city. In addition, as many of their reinforcements have arrived, they have increased shelling on the Russian positions. Furthermore, more electronic warfare units are being deployed in the city to counter Russian FPV drones. However, it seems like they are still not enough, because recently Russian FPV drones were able to destroy 2 Ukrainian tanks in the city. Furthermore, Russian aviation continues to fab the city. Ukrainian sources have shared many images with us. However, if Ukrainian forces are planning to hold the city as Russian sources claim, then it will be necessary for Russians to cross the river and encircle the city. However, in the next 2 days we should know which direction the situation goes. Russian sources claims the Kraken unit that came here to slow the Russian offensive has been withdrawn. The reason is more regular units have taken their positions. Now, in the surrounding areas, it is reported Russian forces have taken Zibany under their control. However, we are not able to verify this from multiple sources. Now, moving to Lipsy axis. Here, Russian forces were able to penetrate the Ukrainian lines significantly. In a previous report, we saw how Russian forces captured a section of northern dachas near a reservoir. In addition, I also told you, due to the significant deployment of Ukrainian reinforcement, first wave of Russian offensive has slowed down. However, this is true to an extent, because Ukrainian forces were only able to slow down the DRG-style attacks of Russian forces. So if Russia concentrates its forces, then it will have a different effect. Latest report says Russian forces, after regrouping, launched an attack from Lukyanky. They were attacking along the heights as well as lower elevated positions. Today it was confirmed they were able to penetrate the Ukrainian line up to 4 kilometers and took this whole area under their control. As a result, they have now reached the outskirts of Lipsy. Many sources believe lack of a proper defensive line is the reason behind the Russian advance. It is expected in the coming hours they should launch an attack on the northeastern outskirts. In addition, Zelensky himself visited Kharkiv, now moving to Avdiivka. This front has been silent for several weeks. Only positional fights were taking place. However, in the last 24 hours the situation changed massively. Latest report says Russian forces launched an intense push from 3 different axes. As a result, they were able to push the Ukrainian forces to the western outskirts and took around 75% of the village under their control. However, some sources claim Russians were able to push the Ukrainian from the remaining part and took the entire village under their control. However, this needs to be confirmed further. Now we have a similar situation in Nitaylev, at the southeast of Avdiivka. If you remember, last time we saw movement here was when Russian forces captured the open fields north of the village. Now sources say in the last 24 hours, Russian forces launched an attack in 2 directions. Today it was reported They were able to push Ukrainian forces completely out of the village and took it fully under their control. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.